Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Richie and today I'm really excited to be sharing with you the announcement for the seasonal series Read-a-thon as well as my TBR for the week. So if you don't know, I am a co-host for the seasonal series reading challenge. My other co-hosts includes Bridget from Big Books, Sarah from Books and Tea, and Derby from Derby Lane Reading. And basically this is a 3-month reading challenge in which you have a bingo board based on the seasons, spring, summer, winter, fall, and you try to get bingo or complete as many challenges as you'd like. The goal, of course, is to be finishing series because it's the seasonal series readathon. And of course, at the end of the 3-month reading challenge, we are hosting a week-long traditional style readathon. So this is great because if you have been participating, this is a great opportunity to try to finish up your bingo board or fill up some of the challenges you were hoping to accomplish. If you haven't, this is the perfect time to join because this is your traditional week-long style readathon that you can go ahead and start and try to maybe complete a bingo or something like that. So this readathon is going to be happening from June 24th through the 30th, so that's Sunday through the end of the month. And then round 2 of the readathon is going to kick off on July 1st. So that'll be exciting. Some fresh new reading challenges for us to get our hands on. And without further ado, I'm going to get into my TBR for the week-long readathon. My TBR is kind of grand and ambitious, if I do say so myself. I don't think I'll be completing all of these books in the week. In my original seasonal series TBR, I had these grand plans on reading all these books that will complete like 2 bingos. I didn't read all of those books, but in the reading the books that I randomly did read that were part of the series and doubling up when I needed to, I was able to complete almost all of the boards. So I have quite a few spots that are empty and available still, so I'm going to try to finish as many of those spots as I can during this week. And that's what these books are based on now. So first up, I have box 8 free, and that was read a book from a middle grade series. So for this, I am planning on reading The Red Pyramid by Readin. This was the original book I planned on reading for the square. Still want to read that. Next up, I have square number 12, which was read a book while eating chocolate. For this one, I very poorly planned reading Runaways by Brian K. Vaughan while eating chocolate. Maybe I'll eat some chocolate, wash my hands, and then read these because I'm reading these as single issues. But I'm reading them for another reading challenge I did, which was my husband took my June TBR video. So I do need to finish this series and start it. I've only read the first issue. But I'm really excited to read these, and I really didn't plan this one out when I thought chocolate would be a good accompaniment to reading single issues. So maybe I'll read like 2, eat some chocolate, wash my hands, and read the rest. I don't know. Then I also have square 17, which is finish a duology. So for the husband fix my TBR challenge, I was reading Passengers, and I'm still reading that currently, but I do hope to finish that. And then in the new week, pick up Wayfarer, which was the sequel to Passenger and by Alexandra Bracken, which I never read. I loved Passenger. It was one of my favorite books, and then I never read the sequel. I got it right when it came out. I never read it because I'm silly. So I do hope I can read this and finish it during the course of the week, and that would complete a duology and knock the square off for me. For square number 18, we have use a flower as a bookmark. Originally, I planned on reading like a graphic novel, and I was like, oh, well then I'll never really have to use it. I'll use it like once. But then I was like, I probably actually will read that graphic novel in one sitting, so I will never actually use the flower bookmark, and that's silly. So I'm using the same concept kind of, but I will definitely use a bookmark in this reading, and that is Wires and Nerves by Marissa Meyer, Volume 2. This is about 300 pages, but it's a graphic novel, so I will read it fast, so I probably won't be using a flower bookmark a ton, but I will definitely be using one. Then square number 21 we have open is a box for reading outside. Reading outside is one of my favorite activities. It's my favorite part of spring and summer, and because it's been so busy for me and because it's been raining a ton here, I haven't had a chance to read outside yet. So I'm hoping to read one very large book while outside, and that is Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi. I've read like 100 and something pages of this while on a flight, so I would love to read the rest of this outside. It's so good so far. I just think that the act of reading this outside will be really fun because it's a big hunker of a book, and I'll be able to like just enjoy the reading time outside as much as possible, and this will force me to read outside more because I have so much of it to read still. One of the last empty squares I have open is square number 22, which is read a book that is partly set in spring. I actually don't know if I'm completely cheating with this one. I just feel like a part of this has to be set in spring, and I'm going with Geek, Guerilla. This is by Ashley Poston, and this was actually kindly sent to me by Quirkbooks, so thank you so much, Quirkbooks, for sending this book to me. And I'm really excited to read this because it's like about geek culture, and it sounds really cute, and I think it's set in like summer, but I'm sure it starts earlier than that, so there's got to be some spring in it, right? Okay, we're crossing our fingers. And then the last square I have open is box number 25, which is read a book in a series that's under 300 pages. So for that one, I'm going with a graphic novel because it is indeed under 300 pages, and that is Giant Days volume number 1. And this is one of the few books that was on my original TBR that's still on this one. So I'm really excited to finally read this. And I actually also picked up Giant Days volume 2 from my library today. So hopefully I love this and am able to jump into that one pretty quickly afterwards. But that is all for today's video. I hope you are super excited for this readathon and that you will be joining us. And I hope that you send your TBR to us and have fun and join in the readathon and all of that fun stuff. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure you subscribe to all of my co-hosts down below. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye!